Welcome to Baking with Bierma. Today we're going to make some 16th century delights called scones. Start by preheating your oven to 400 degrees and pull out a baking sheet. For scones, the ingredients you'll need will be flour, sugar, salt, baking powder, butter, egg, cream, almonds, and dried cranberries. The tools you'll need for today are a large bowl, a small bowl, measuring cups, one fork, one knife, measuring spoons. So we start out by measuring our flour. You're going to need 2 cups of flour. I have a 2-cup measuring cup, but if you don't have that size, feel free to just use the equivalent. Just remember to never compress your flour. When you get to the top, just level it out. Plop it in your bowl. Next, we're going to add in our baking powder. You're going to need 2 teaspoons. There's a rim on your baking powder for a reason. Level it out. That's 1, 2. Next up, we're going to have our salt, and you'll need 1 teaspoon of salt. Remember, always measure this over something other than your mixing bowl in case you spill. You won't have a salty scone. Once you have those 3 dry ingredients in your bowl, you're going to just want to mix it around with your fork just to incorporate the baking powder and the salt uniformly with the flour. Next thing we're going to do is incorporate our butter. We have a nice fine stick of organic sweet cream butter from those beautiful cows in Wisconsin. You're going to need a 1/2 cup, which is 1 stick of butter. Make sure it's cold. If you mix in butter that isn't cold, it will melt too fast when we bake it, and all the butter will melt and run out onto your pan, leaving you with some really flat scones. So instead of dealing with the whole stick, I like to just slice it up into some smaller pieces before I put it in. Now, most recipes will tell you to use a pastry blender, but you can use just a fork all the same. Put your thumb right at the front of the fork here to really apply pressure, and you're just going to slowly cut the butter into the flour until you get a nice uniform mixture that's similar in consistency to cornmeal. And this process should take anywhere between about 5 and 10 minutes, depending on how quick you go. If you feel like getting your hands dirty, make sure you put your clean hands in the bowl and you can just kind of massage it around. And use it to break up those bigger clumps of butter. You want to handle scone dough as little as possible, but at this point it's okay until you get a consistency about like this. So similar to cornmeal. Next, in either a small bowl or if you have a liquid measuring cup like this, you're going to measure your 1/2 cup of cream and you're going to mix it with your 1 egg. So either wash your fork that you're using to cut in the butter or grab a new one. And we're just going to mix our egg into our cream. So again, if you have a nice big measuring cup, do it in a measuring cup. Otherwise, you might have to do this in a small bowl. You're going to take your liquid mixture and add it to your dry ingredients. You can grab your fork, or if you want, you can use a spoon. You're just going to start mixing together these two until it starts to form a ball. Again, if you like the more tactile mixing, you can also use your hands. And again, we want to touch this dough as little as possible. So once it starts to form a solid mass like that, we're going to leave it for a second. So while it's still a rough ball, we're going to pour in our ½ cup of cranberries and ½ cup of almonds. And then we're going to slowly just work the dough and incorporate our goodies. If you kind of fold the dough in half, okay, once they're all incorporated, we're going to take it and turn our dough ball out. If there's a few leftovers, you can pat them into the top. And we're going to make this into a circle and push it out until it's about a ½ inch thick. So if your knuckle here is about an inch, ½ inch would be half your knuckle. And you take your knuckle and give it a quick guesstimate measure, give or take a little bit. That's close enough. And we're going to take our butter knife and cut it into 8 triangles. So once you get your scones cut, if you have a spatula or any sort of flipper, that will help you get these out. Just like a slice of pizza, the first one's always the hardest. You're going to take that sticky bottom side and just set it in a little bit of sugar that's on a plate, and that's going to be the top of your scone. You want to space these a little bit. The scones will rise, but they won't expand. Now they're ready to go in the oven. So my scones on the right here, I'm using a silicone baking mat, which makes it really easy. Lift the scones off when they're done, but if you don't have that, it's not a problem. You'll just use your baking sheet, and a really good little trick is if you have your paper left from your butter, you can take that and just rub it around on your baking pan, and that'll give it a nice light coating of grease on there, and that'll help those scones lift off. So you have some nice golden tops. Set it on a tray to cool and you are all set. You have a nice golden top and a nice golden bottom. Alright, and once they're done, share them with your friends and family. Make sure you save one to bring to class on Thursday. so we can have a taste test. Wild keeps reaching for them, so you know he loves them. And they go great with milk. If he had teeth, I'm sure you'd eat them.